All right, this is unit 6. We're in 6.2, which is going to talk about the power rule and dividing monomials a little bit. So up until now, we've done multiplication, same base, those exponents. We've talked a little bit about powers to powers, but we've done it, but we really didn't know we were doing it. So now here we're actually going to use the rule. Powers up high, we multiply. So I'll take a power raised to a power up here. We actually multiply them. So this is actually x to the m times n. Now take the coefficient to the power, keep the base the same, multiply the exponents. Well, I'm just reiterating what it says. However, pause, don't write anything down for just a moment, and try to watch me go through it, and then pause it, maybe even rewind it and come back and try it on your own first. So with that being said, I've got 5, and this has to be distributed to every item, including that negative. That means 5 negatives. Well, I will remind you that an odd number of negatives equals a negative. An even number of negatives equals a positive, right? Because we know that a negative and a positive equals negative, whereas a negative and a negative equals a positive. So in this case, it's going to be negative. The exponent here is a 1, and the exponent there is a 2. So I'm going to multiply this to this. Is actually going to be negative, and it's going to be 3, 1 times 5, b to the 2 times 5. That gives me negative 3 to the 5th, b to the 10th. Now, 3 to the 5th means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So I'm going to do that 5 times. So if I were to take 3 to the 5th power on my calculator, or multiply it out piece by piece if you'd like, you get 243. This is going to be negative 243 b to the 10th power. In converse, or in coincidingly with, I should say, this other one, this means I'm going to have 4 negatives. 4 is an even number, so even number makes it going to be positive. So my answer here is positive. Again, this is 3 to the 1st power, so this is going to be 3 to the 4th, or 1 times 4, if you want to write it out, 1 times 4. And then it's going to be b to the 2 times 4, which gives me 3 to the 4th power, b to the 8th power. If I take 3 to the 4th power, I get 81. So 81 b to the 8th power. Now, I do suggest that you rewind, try it on your own, and then see if you got to where I got to. Make sure you get to the right answer. The next one, example 1, we're going to actually start in with the power rule and simplify the following monomials. So powers up high, we multiply. So this is x to the 2 times 5, which is x to the 10th power. B, this is x to the 1st power, and then y to the 2nd power. So we're going to go x to the 1 times 3 and y to the 2 times 3, which gives me x to the 3rd, y to the 6th. On C, a little difference here because I have a negative 4 out front. That's just a negative 4, and then times, this is what's being brought to the power. So it's m to the 1 times 3 and n to the 4 times 3. So it's negative 4, m to the 3rd, n, 4 times 3 is 12. Underneath that, again, I've got this power outside. We have to distribute it to everything on the inside. So I'm going to have 2 to the 1 times 5, x to the 2 times 5, and y to the 1 times 5. Which gives me 2 to the 5th, x to the 10th, y to the 5th. If I simplify that out, 2 to the 5th power is 32. So I get 32, x to the 10, y to the 5th. Try the next 2 on your own and then push play. All right, so this gives me 2 times negative, excuse me. I have 2 negatives, which makes it a positive. It's going to give me 5 squared x powers up high, we multiply, so that's 6, and y to the 8th, which is 25, x to the 6th, y to the 8th. And f is going to be 3 negatives, which makes it a negative. 3 to the 1 times 3 is 3 power, third power. And x to the 2 times 3 is 6. So negative 3 to the third is 27, x to the 6th. Just a reminder, we're not changing what we've learned yesterday or the day before. If I'm multiplying monomials, I get 6 times -2 is -12. Same down low, we add and go. So this is m to the 7 plus 10, which gives me -12 m to the 17th. So don't forget that that's what we did yet the other day. Now we're going to use order of operations of PEMDAS and simplify these items. So take care of one and then take care of the other. So I can't do anything inside the parentheses, but I have an exponent outside. So we're going to take care of this one, and I'm going to end up with x to the 3 times 3, which is 9, and y to the 3 times 3, which is 9, times xy squared. Now I have, same down low, we're going to add and go. This is the power rule. And then this is the products, power products. Okay, so at this point I've got x to the 9th and x to the 1. So it's going to give me x to the 9 plus 1 and y to the 9 plus 2. So x to the 10th, y to the 11th. On h, I have 2 negatives, which makes it a positive. 2 squared, a squared, b to the 4th, times 3 squared, a to the 4th, b to the 2nd. Simplify that out. I'm going to use a different color here. I've got 4 a squared b to the 4th times 9 a to the 4th b to the 2nd. Now just multiply them out. I've got 4 times 9 is 36. A to the 2nd and a to the 4th is a to the 2 plus 4, which is 6, and b to the 4 plus 2, which is 6. This one area is side squared. My side is this. It's going to be area equals 7x to the 3rd, y to the 5th squared, which is 49, x to the 6th, y to the 10th. And that's going to be units squared. Down below, I've got 2 of them. The challenge, try to find out what the question mark is. And do this one and check with me in class. And then we have some practice on the boom cards.